Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the first lecture where we're actually going to start prepping the data for a pivot table. Now you can't just have a table and just do a pivot straight away. There's a few checks that you got to do beforehand to make sure that it runs smoothly. So we have our table right here. Now we got three columns. We got the warrior column, the war column, and then the battles column. Now you need to have field headings for every column, every piece of column data. Now this is a column data, this is column data, and this is column data. We've got three columns of data, right? Now the field headings are these ones up here. This tells Excel when you do a pivot which column you're referring to. So this is the warrior one. Now you see I've got nothing written in there. What's going to happen is when I run my pivot on all this one is not going to exist. The pivot is just going to completely ignore it and it's not going to use it for your information. So that's very important. So we're going to make sure we have a heading here. We'll go warrior. Very important. And the other thing is you'll see this 1A. This is very important. You need to have consistent data because, for example, let's say I sum this up. It's not going to sum up 1A. It's just going to exclude it because it's not registering as a number. So you got to make sure that's a number. So we go 1, and now that's a number. Whoops. And now that's a number. And that is essentially how you prep your pivot table. So I'm actually going to show you how to do the pivot now, and then in the next video, we're actually going to play with it. So we go highlight all your data, including the field headings. We're going to go to the menu tab. We're going to go to insert, and it's the very first one on the list, pivot table. So if I select that, it's going to ask me, it's going to come up with this window that looks kind of complicated at the beginning, but essentially what it's asking is, do you want to create the pivot table on this sheet that we're already on, or do you want to put it on a new sheet? Now, because we're doing a tutorial, I want to put it on the same sheet so we can see both of them. We actually don't need the princess right now. We can tell her to go away for a second. And let's do that again. Pivot. Now I'm going to select somewhere on this worksheet. So you click here on existing worksheet. Right there. Click. And now we select the location. So let's move this to the side. I'm just going to put it one above this row here. Like so. And that's our pivot. And that's how easy it is to do a pivot table. So in the next one, I'm going to show you what all the fields mean, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.